to Vidya Mirat. This video is made for class 8 on chapter number 3 understanding quadrilaterals, and today we are going to do exercise 3.3. Now to do this exercise, I would request all the students, you must see the video made on properties of parallelogram. Understand that with this you will be able to do this exercise very easily. It will become very simple. So considering that you have seen that video, let's do question number 1. You are given a parallelogram ABCD and you need to complete the statement with the defining or property used. Now here you are asked AD is equal to dash. Now what is AD? AD is the side given and we know that in the parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So we can say that AD is equal to BC. Angle DCB is equal to dash. Now angle C will be equal to angle A. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So we can write as angle DCB equal to angle DAB. Thirdly, OC will be equal to OA because diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. And then you have measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CTA, that sum will be equal to 180 degrees because sum of co-interior angle is 180 degrees. Now so see children, again I will request you to watch the video on properties of parallelogram. If you understand the concepts of all the properties are explained there, it will be very easy for you to do this exercise. Question number 2. Now you have to here find the values of x, y and z. Now look at the first figure. There angle B is given to you as 100 degrees. So just opposite to that is y. So y will be also equal to 100 degrees because opposite angles are equal. So now consider AB parallel to CD and CB as your transversal. So 100 plus x will be equal to 180 degree because sum of adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 180 degree or co-interior angle is 180 degree. So x comes out to be 80 degrees. So if x is 80, so z will be also equal to 80 because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Secondly, in this you have given one angle as 50. So 50 plus x if I do, that will be equal to 180 degree because of sum of co-interior angles are 180. So x comes out to be 130 degrees because one angle is 50. Now x will be equal to y because opposite angles are equal, and x will be equal to z because of their corresponding angle property, they will be also equal. Third figure, if you see here, you are given 130 degrees, there is one y, there is one x, and opposite to x is 90. So x will be also 90 degrees because we can say that these are vertically opposite angles. Your x plus y plus 30 will be equal to 180 degree because of the angle sum property of a triangle. Sum of the angles are 180. We have two angles with us, 90 and 30. We can easily find out y as 60 degree. When y is 60 degrees, I can say z is also 60 degrees because it is the shape of a parallelogram, and x and z and y, they form alternate angles. They both will be equal, so that is 60 degrees. Fourth part, you have one angle given as 80 degrees. Your 80 will be equal to your z because of the corresponding angles. Those are parallel lines and the transversal, and your 80 will also be equal to y because it is you can say opposite angles, or y is equal to z alternate angles. You can choose any method to do it. Now you have 80, you have also y. Let us take x plus y as 180 degree, y is 80, so x will also come to as 100 degrees by using the adjacent angle property. Next, here you have 112 degrees. Just see opposite to 112, it is y, that will be equal because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Take the triangle of above. So y plus 40 plus x, if you see, that will be equal to 180 degree because of the angle sum property. You have two angles with you, 112 and 40. You can easily find out x. X is equal to 28 degrees. Now since it is a parallelogram and there is a diagonal line which will be as a transversal, so we can say that x is equal to z, which is equal to 28 degrees, as they form alternate angles, and we know that alternate angles in a parallelogram are equal. So we are able to find out all the angles. Question number 3. Can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree? Yes. If angle D and B, what are these? These are forming opposite angles, and we know that opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. So if angle D and B are 90 degrees, so their sum is 180. So we can say that so angle D plus angle B can be equal to 180 degrees. Secondly, you have AB is equal to DC given as 8 centimeter and AD is 4 and BC is 4.4. It is not possible because the sides opposite pair should be equal and parallel. AD is not equal to BC, so it is not a parallelogram. Next, you are given angle A as 70 and angle AC as 65. If you draw a diagram, A and C will come as opposite and they should be equal for a parallelogram. Since they are not equal, so we will say that it will not form a parallelogram. Question number 4. You need to draw a figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. Now you have to draw a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means it will be made up of 4 line segments. And it is saying that it should not be a parallelogram. So that means we can draw a shape of a kite. Kite is not a parallelogram. Opposite pairs are not equal and parallel. In the kite we have adjacent pair equal and parallel. If you see in the diagram, your AB and AD will be equal and BC and CD will be equal. So these are forming with a 4 line segment, but this is not a parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral. Now here in this shape, your angle B will be equal to angle D, but A will be not equal to angle C. So it doesn't form a parallelogram. Question number 5. The measure of adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio of 3:2. Find all the angles. Now I have drawn a diagram ABCD. They are saying adjacent angles. Let us take it as angle A and angle B as 3x and 2x. We know that sum of the adjacent angle is equal to 180 degrees, which means 3x plus 2x will be equal to 180 degrees. We can find out x as 36 degrees. So angle A will be 3 into 36 and angle B will be 2 into 36. That comes out to be 108 and 72. And we know that in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal, which means angle A will be equal to angle C and angle B will be equal to angle D as 108 degrees and 72 degrees. With this we were able to find out all the angles. Question number 6. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. Find the measure of each of the angles of the parallelogram. Now here let us again take A and B as the adjacent angles whose sum will be equal to 180 degree. That angles are same, so we have taken twice of angle A is equal to 180 degrees. So angle A comes out to be 90 degrees because A is equal to B. B will be also equal to 90 degrees now. So we know that opposite angles are equal, so A will be equal to C, that will be also 90 degree, and B will be equal to D, that will be also equal to 90 degrees. Next you have a figure here, HOPE, which is a parallelogram. You need to find the measures of x, y and z using the properties. Now if you look here, just see the parallel line HE is parallel to PO and you have HP as a transversal, which is the diagonal, which means your 40 degrees will be equal to y. They are forming alternate interior angles which will be equal. And then if you look at the triangle of PHO, if you see there is a 70 degrees which forms the exterior angle, and using the exterior angle property which says that exterior angle is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. So opposite to 70 is y and z. Their sum will be equal to 70. We know y is 40, so we can find out z as 30 degrees. So h comes out to be 40 degrees already given, z is 30, total comes out to be 70 degrees. Now consider EP parallel to HO and EH transversal. In that case you have x, angle E and angle H. Their sum will be equal to 180 degrees. H we already know 70 degrees. So X we can find out by 180 minus 70, that comes out to be 110 degrees. So we were able to find out all the angles. Now here in the following figures we need to find out the value of X and Y. Now if you see, this is in a form of a parallelogram. We know that SG will be equal to NU and SN will be equal to GU. Why? Because opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Now it means that 3x will be equal to 18 because the sides are equal. So we can find out x equal to 6. Same way we know that SN is equal to GU. That means 3y minus 1 is equal to 26. We can find out the value of y, that comes out to be 9. Same way, if you look at this figure, we know there are two diagonals over here and their measurements are given in the form of x and y. We need to find out their values. According to the properties of the parallelogram, we have already know that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, which means SO will be equal to OU and RO will be equal to ON. So when we take SO is equal to OU, you have 20 is equal to y plus 7. You can easily find out y as 13. Same way, when you take RO is equal to ON, 16 will be equal to x plus y. You have already found out y, so you can take out x, which comes out to be 3. Now look at this shape. There are two parallelograms here with the name of RISC and Q. You will need to find out the x. Now let us first consider the parallelogram KRIC. Here if you see, you have K already as 120 degrees. So if I say angle K plus angle R, that will be equal to 180 degrees because I know some of the adjacent angles are supplementary. So I can find out angle R, which comes out to be 60 degrees. So if I know angle R, which is KRI, that will be equal to angle KSI, that is the opposite angle of R, that will also be equal to 60 degrees. Same way, take the parallelogram EULC. Here 70 degrees is already given to you. Its opposite angle will be E, that will be also 70. Now if you look at the triangle EOS, angle E is your 70, your angle S is your 60 degrees. You can easily find out x by using the angle sum property. So x plus 130 comes out to be 180, x is equal to 50 degrees. Explain how this figure is a trapezium, which of its two sides are parallel. Now here if you see, you are given two measurements 100 and 80. If you see, the sum of the measurement comes out to be 180 degree. This is possible only when in a case of a parallelogram or in when the lines are parallel and you have a transversal. M and L, they are two adjacent angles and sum of the angles are coming out to be 180 degree. It means KL is parallel to NM and this is one pair, which therefore we can say that KLMN is a trapezium, as in a trapezium at least one pair is parallel. So we have found out one pair parallel, so we can easily say that it forms a trapezium. Find angle C if AB is parallel to DC. Now when AB is parallel to DC and we take BC as a transversal, we can easily write angle B plus angle C will be equal to 180 degrees because sum of the angles on the same side of the transversal is 180. We have angle B 120, so we can find out angle C by subtracting it from 180, that comes out to be 60 degree. If I want to check, 120 plus 60 is 180 and it is forming as per the criteria. Question number 12. Find the measure of angle P and angle S if SP is parallel to RQ, and in figure it is given. If you can find S, then is there any other way of finding angle P? Now let us take SP parallel to RQ and PQ as a transversal. You already have angle Q as 130 degree, so we can find angle P by using the property of co-interior angles, or sum of the angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degrees. So I can say angle P plus angle Q is equal to 180. So angle P comes out to be 50 degrees. Now let's find angle S. Now using the same criteria, we can say angle R plus angle S will be equal to 180 degrees. R is already 90, so angle S will be also 90 degrees. Now they are asking, if you know angle S, is there any other way of finding angle P? Yes, we can find angle P by using the property of angle sum measurement, because this is a quadrilateral PQRS and sum of the measurement of the quadrilateral is 360 degrees. We have three angles with us, Q, R and S. We can easily find out P by subtracting it with 360 degrees, and your answer comes out to be 50 degrees. So which means there are more than one way of finding angle P. With this we finish exercise 3.3. I hope you must have understood all the criteria of the parallelogram, but I would again say that please watch the properties of parallelogram. I will post the video section here. Understand that, and then you will find this exercise very easy, and it will be also helpful in your later classes. So please be sure for it now only. Thank you so much children for watching the video till the end. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, you may clear it by writing in the comment section, or you can also email me.